Welcome back to another episode where I am trying to create a game in Unity. And currently, I've been working on a goal oriented action plan. Last episode, I was having some errors with um, building things, and a lot of that had to do with uh, the the world state, and making sure that the world state was correct in order for it to um, after it builds one that it would kind of stop and not continue to build one because everything was really based on the world state. And so in some of the scripts, I just had to go in and add things after you build it, change all these world states. Um, so I thought today maybe I would look into creating some uh, goals for our AI. So I'm going to create a new script and let's call it AI goals plural, because this is actually going to have all of our uh, a list of goals. So let's go to the agent, and I'm going to copy what we have so far. Here we have a dictionary of goals. And just copy that, place it into our AI, and we're going to have this. Okay. So let's see. Do I really want to do it that way? Um, yeah, sure. We're gonna have a public int, and we're gonna call it prior. I spell priority. Oh, I'm having a priority. Okay, so it's going to have like a priority for this. It doesn't need to be mono behavior. We'll just leave it at that. Let's just leave all this by itself for now. So let's save that, go back to our AI agent. And where is that? Right here. And so instead of having a dictionary of goals, we're going to have a list of AI goals. And we're going to call it goals. And it equals a new list. Whoops. Equals a new list of goals. And so we no longer have this. And then we're going to have a public current, public a public AI goal called AI current goals. I know it's kind of weird because here, let's just call it goal. A new AI goal. All right. And so we're getting errors because we're trying to add a goal here. Really, we would say goals. Actually, what did I call it? I did call it goals. Goals dot add. So goals dot add. Actually, we want to say goals dot goals. Let's go back to our AI goal. Public dictionary. We're calling it goals. Let's change the name to um, up here. We call this to all goals. And at the right here, goals dot whoops all goals dot add. Why is it saying add? All goals, yeah, add a new goal, AI goal. Okay. And then we're going to say all goals dot or 0 dot goals dot add, and we're going to add this one. Okay. And this is just for testing, just to make sure that this is working. We're going to say current goal is equal to all goals 0, and get rid of all this. Just do that. So now down here, instead of goals, we want to say current goals, current goal, current goal. Oh, current goal dot goals. All right. Current goal dot goals. All right, let's see if that's still working out. Let's play it. Right click. Okay, now it's still doing it. Let me see if I can go and get rid of those villagers. Let me go map manager, test map. Add some villagers. Let's get rid of these. Save it so we no longer have those extra villagers. Well, doesn't like that either. Get rid of that. Okay, let's see if we get any more errors. All right, so with our goal system, still got some errors. Oh boy, we got a lot. Why? Okay, I didn't save it, I guess. Save it. Go back here. Hopefully that's saved. Play. All right, we got no more villagers. Okay. So that's good. We're doing all that kind of stuff. I just want to see something really quick. Let me make that. Let me pause it. Okay, it is creating the wood clone. It's just right behind. You can't see it in the view here. All right, so let's go back here and let's go to the AI goals, and I think we want a public bool is valid. I see this quite a bit on some of these, and we're going to just set to true, but we could actually have some kind of way of, in our AI agent, to kind of figure out whether something's valid, can be a valid goal or not. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Let's not worry about the controller. I'm just going to close that. So let's do a private void get goal. All right, let's see. The purpose of this method is to pick a goal that has the lowest priority. So we're going to, for each goal, AI goals in all, we're going to call it AI goal in all goals. So we're going to get all those, and let's see, we're going to say AI goals, cheapest goal. Cheapest goal is new goal. No, can I just say no? Okay, fine. If cheapest goal is equal to null, we're going to say AI goal cheapest is equal to the AI goals. Why doesn't it like that? The name AI goals does not exist. Well, it's right there if you do a capital I. Alright, sometimes I need to be consistent. Alright, cheapest goal. Else, if AI goals dot priority is less than, do we want priority? Yeah, we'll do that. If AI goals dot priority less than um, cheapest goals, dot priority, then we're going to say cheapest goal is equal to AI goals. So we're just trying to find the cheapest one in all of our goals that we might have. Now a goal can have multiple goals in it, but then we're also going to have multiple goals of multiple goals. So think of it more like you have a set of goals, that's one goal. And so the AI could have several sets of goals. And yeah, so this is just going to find the one that's the highest priority, or in this case, the lowest priority, meaning we want to do it first. Find a set of goals with the lowest priority and do that first. And do first. So make that our current goal. All right, so somewhere up here, when we go to the idle, we kind of want to check, and this might need to go somewhere else, but get goals. Get goal. All right. Here we want to say, and this could return a goal. Goal, AI goals. So we're going to return cheapest goal. And then up here, we're going to say current goal is equal to get goal. If current goal is equal to null, so by some chance we have no goals, let's just return. There's nothing more we can do. There are no goals. Okay, so let's just test that out. Okay, all right, so it's still working. Let's go back to here and let's add another one. Let's do this first. We're going to say the AI goals, this first one, dot priority, goals. All right, nope, just priority is equal to, say that's 1. All goals 0 dot, oh no, we want to add another one. Let's add another one. So let's kind of copy this. We're going to add another goal, and this is just going to be has resource, whoa, has resource goal. So it just likes to have something, and yep, that's going to be a goal. And no, we want to say 1. All goals 1 dot priority is equal to 5. Okay, and let's just get rid of this because we don't want to set it yet. Let's save it. Let's see if this works. Hope you're able to follow along a little bit. Okay. So it did create a plan, but didn't create a plan. If it create a plan, we don't really want to say create a plan. We only want to say create a plan if we're in here. So okay, so here's what's happening. Let's say we create a plan and we create a plan and it returned with nothing. I think we should say else. Let's just try this. Why is it putting it like that? Probably because all this stuff needs to be slid back. All right, let's just say, so we returned a plan that had nothing in it. So our goal is not valid. Current goal is equal to dot is valid is false. Mm-hmm. So it's not valid. We can't even do this because there's no blueprints. So in here, when we find the cheapest one, first thing we want to say is if AI goals dot is valid. Let's make sure that we can even do it. And then it's going to find out whether we can do it or not after it tries to create a plan. If it creates a plan, it wasn't able to make one, then we know it's not valid. We can't even really have this goal. Even though it is still in our goal system, we just cannot do it. Let's see if it starts gathering. Crossing our fingers. Okay, it's going. Let's pause it so you can see that are just gathering right now. Let's see what it does. Okay. Now we're probably going. Okay, so it is gathering resources. We have a couple pieces of wood. We have something it's not really doing. It keeps going back over here. What is it doing when it goes back over there? Hmm? What are you trying to do there, buddy? What if I do that? Okay, so okay, that was weird. It's starting to put things down in the storage. Okay, we have gather objects -8. Who knows? All right, it's kind of interesting what it's doing. I don't know why I put something there. All right, so it got to a point where it chopped down everything. It took things to places. Some of it could be in our, let's see, take resource to storage. Nope, see, we never set that as a goal. But some of it is, if we take it to resource, some of it is, I think, this is what's happening, is, I'm not really too sure. Let's just watch it again, see what happens. Jumps on that first tree, picks up that wood. So it has a wood right now. It keeps going back to this one, so that's a bug. See? Why is it doing that? Alright, let's just look in our scene view and see if there's anything that we were deleting incorrectly. So, do we have any trees here? Well, let's go to our, we should have a target object, right? Let's go to our agent. Target object is wood clone. Oh, when we take up this object, okay, we are just making it invisible. So, so it doesn't know that this is no longer a valid target. It still thinks it's a target. It's going over and trying to pick it up. Let's look at our map manager. See, there's all these wood clones, but this one should not be one that's valid. All right, well, let's not worry about that. It's funny. He is like, hey, I picked it up. Look, my resource keeps going up. All right, a couple things we can do here. In our take resource from ground, or really anywhere, but particularly the ground. So you take resource from ground. We have no condition here that says if AI agent dot carry object is not equal to null, then we'll do this. Else, or actually just return false then. So make sure that we're not carrying anything so that we don't think that we can make a plan for carrying. We gotta stop trying to use that action because we can't pick up anything if we are carrying something. All right. So it's not doing anything now. Let's just check that I did that correctly. If AI agent, the carry object is equal to null. If the AI agent carry object is null. Oh, sorry, not equal to null, is equal to null. Let's play it again. Let's see what it does. All right, so now it's doing that. Chopping that down. Chopping, picked it up, and then it just stops. Okay? Which kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't make sense. Let's just pause it for a sec. So, and the reason why is because we've satisfied this goal of has a resource. We're not going to do it anymore because we have a resource. So a better thing might be to we're just testing this out. AI action. So let's go to the AI agent. Let's say our goal, instead of having a resource, is storage has resource. Let's see what that does. Again, the priority is 5. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to set it up pretty soon here where he's not going to automatically start chopping things down for us. We're going to want to manage that through our clickables. Okay, but this is pretty cool. All right. So that seems to be working, but what if I added a building here? Okay, I added a building. Let's see what he does. Does he do anything? Or does he just keep doing the same goal? All right, he's still doing the same goal. So we want it to where somehow it will check again this valid thing. Okay. And how do we do that? How are we doing it right now? That's a good question. How am I checking that is valid? Mm-hmm. Blueprint. Man, I just did it. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, okay. I know. Right here in our AI agent, um, we're going to say current goal dot is valid is equal to false. So how do we get it to where we can change all of this? Where we can now make it valid after I build something. Do we always check this is valid statement? Is valid is false. All right. Maybe after it gets the goal. Oh man, I don't like it. But maybe it loops through all the goals again and set them to valid. Let's just try that. I don't like that, but AI goals, AI actions, AI goals is equal to our dot is valid is true. So just loop through. Let's put testing, loop through goals and make them all valid. Okay, so he can't build anything, so he's just going to do he's going to chop down some trees, take that. All right, I'm going to make it a goal now. Let's see if this changes anything. He's picking that up. He's going there. Let's see if he changes a goal. Chopping down a tree. Ooh, he is going here now. And now he's building it. So that was pretty neat. The problem is the choice it decided to pick. Here's the graph. Build, take resource to blueprint, take resource to storage, take resource on ground. I think what happened is he was on his way already to chop down a tree as part of his last goal. And then I did the build thing. And so then yeah, well let's just see it again. Just want to test this out. So he's doing that. He's going to pick it up. And I'm going to do a building here now. Drops it off. But then he goes and chops down. Let me pause this for a second. Resource has storage. Let's look at the graph. So gather, gather, gather. And that's it. I didn't even consider gather, gather, gather. Gather, gather, gather. Because really, why go gather when you have already the wood? So let's just take a look at our goals for our agent. Where is our agent? Here he is. I mean, not our goals, but our actions. So this would be take resource to blueprint. Actually, it's not even that. It's really there's no conditions here, but it's not attempting to do that at all. There's no conditions. It's not attempting. Try to make a plan. There's no conditions. There's an effect. Has resource. No conditions. Well, this doesn't show. So let's just figure it said, okay, it tried to check this grab thing. Has resource would be 1. I check this action at some point, right? I have to go back and see. Take resource. Current action, take resource from storage. This is layer 1. Conditions is this. I'm no longer saying whether it was good or not. Let's go to wait. Okay, so it didn't do it. So somewhere this is saying that we can't take a storage. Has resource. There is no precondition though, so it should. So let's see our take resource from take resource to take resource from. Take resource to blueprint. If storage buildings map object is a storage building, storage building, storage object is equal to this if it contains that target resource. Well, the question is whether or not the target resource ever became something. So let's go to how do we do that? That's the question. how do we set it up to where it knows that the target resource is going to be this? That's where it gets kind of complicated. I do just want to test this to make sure that it would switch its goals. Um, where am I setting that? I think when I pick it from the ground. Let's just do a quick search. Find target resource. Okay. Let's go to the next one. All right. All right. Okay, right here. String resource is equal. This is after you perform an action, and this action is take resource from storage. Okay. Have not found a thing. That's under the storage. Set target. Okay, so somehow we need to. How do we do that? I mean, I can hard code that, somewhere here. I don't want to do it that way, but I do need to think of how can the action um, this is really kind of complicated, isn't it? Take resource to storage. Take resource from storage. Target resource right here. This is in the perform. I don't care about the perform. I care about the check condition. Here it's saying, do you have the target resource? If storage contains the target resource, what if we change this? To take a storage check condition, what if we just get rid of this? Oh man, this is check conditions. The storehouse hasn't. All right. Let's just get rid of this for now. Just for now. I'll have to come back to it. Okay, we're getting some errors. That's not good. Let's undo. Let's say if storage object dot resources is greater than that count is greater than 0. Then let's do this. Okay, it's going off. It's taking that down, picking that up, going to there, taking those out. Awesome. We're in some kind of infinite loop of taking and dropping off. We do kind of want to say like if AI carry object is equal to null, then just return. I don't really like that at all. Well, let's see what it's doing. Okay, right now it's making these kinds of lists. Take resource to storage. Take resource. Why does it keep doing that? Let's see. Has resources equal to 1. Okay. Has resource is equal to 1. Why is it 1? Let's play again. Let's just see. Has resources 0. Has it is 1. It's going here. It's dropping off. Let's pause it. Has resources 0. Let's just check. Our where's our AI agent? Carry object is none. Okay. Okay, hold on. Still none. Do that again. Okay, pause it right before. So, has object is nothing. We are take resource to storage. Why are we taking resource to the storage? Because we can take it from the storage and then we can add it to the storage. That's why. Since I got rid of that target. Now we could put a precondition on the storage. In the take resource to blueprint, take resource from it, we could add a precondition of a blueprint and this has to be 1. Alright, where was that? Let's go back to the agent. Let me see, blueprint. This needs to be 1. Is that what I'm naming it? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I think it shouldn't take anything to the storage or take anything out of it unless there's a blueprint. Now this is not what we would want to do, but okay, so that's correct. I'm adding a blueprint. Okay, it's taking one out. All right, there we go. It builds it. It's building. What is it doing? Look at that. We got some errors. All right. Da, 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 da. Take resource to blueprint. It gets kind of in a stuck state. Let's see. This is what it tried to create. I really need to. That's a lot of stuff. It's using this one. Take take the resource. Take rid of the blueprint. So it took the resource to the blueprint, and then why didn't it do this last build action? Oh, okay, it was performing a take resource from storage before it did this. Let's see it again. Yeah, sometimes I end these videos where there's a bug, and I try to fix it off screen. All right. Storehouse is 1, which is fine. Let's add this. I'm pausing it. All right, so it created this graph. Now I don't know which one it's picking, but we're going to assume it's the very last one here. Take a resource from the storage. Take resource to the blueprint. Let's go to our right here. We do not have a target resource. So let's keep going. And notice we are not carrying any object. It's still going through the actions, but we actually never create a target resource. That is the hiccup. How do you do that without hard coding this? You know, because I could do this. Uh, just for testing. We could say a private bool is build action. So we're going to get a AI goal for each. Oh, wait. No. Sorry. We want actions. AI actions. Actually, we don't even need to name that. For each AI action, in our plan, if AI action dot if AI action is type of, or is building building, target resource is equal to, oh man. So now we have to get a resource. We have to loop through all the buildings. This is going back to the village controller, which I closed. Projects. Basically, it's right. Search for a blueprint. Check if the building is ready. Find a blueprint. Okay, blueprint is interactable. I don't have a blueprint. So I need to get a. I need to for each interactables. So this is kind of the old way of doing it. The new way is, let me go back to, what was I doing? AI agent. List of game objects is equal to, game objects is equal to map manager dot instance dot get game object, and we send it a type, and we're going to say the type of blueprint. Type of blueprint. Okay, so now we're going to loop through those game objects for each game object in, I will call it GO, in game objects. Then we're going to say blueprint is equal to go.getComponent blueprint. So we're going to get all the blueprints that are in our world. And if blueprint is dot is ready, blueprint has resources, so if it doesn't have all of its resources, then this is going to become our target. Target resource is equal to blueprint dot get resource amount. Okay, and we will return, do I need to return true? How about we do this instead? Change this to a blueprint, and we're going to return the blueprint. And then here, we're going to return null. And then in our AI, I think after it creates a goal, oh, this is debugging my action names. And let's say my plan. And so DQ, why is it DQing? Oh, this is just testing. That's why I'm not getting any of this. Let me copy this. This is all for testing. Let me just get rid of this testing stuff. That's why I was confusing. Go up here. After we get our plan, if plan is greater than that, let's do this so that we can actually get the debug of that. And then we're going to say target resource is equal to sorry, no. Target resource if okay, hold on. Blueprint is equal to get blueprint. What do I call it? Check blueprint. What do I call it? Called it get goal is build action. Not really what I want. That's fine. Is blueprint or is build action. If blueprint is not equal to null, target resource is equal to the blueprint dot get resource amount. Okay. Let's see if that works. So I don't really want to hard code that into our agent, but right now that's what I'm doing. Okay, it's doing that, chopping down that, taking the wood, picking it up, dropping it off. Let's add the building, chopping that down, picking up the wood, taking it to there, dropping it off, picking something up. Hold on, let's pause it. Test agent. We are not carrying anything. Our target resource is nothing. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Create a plan. So when it create a plan, when it says is build action, it goes here. It's checking to see if there's any blueprints. It gets a blueprint. If it does not have all of its resources, blueprint, oh, I didn't return. I need to return blueprint. Okay. I probably don't have to do it that way. I could have just returned the target. I could have like made it where it just, yeah, it does that target. Okay, picking that up, dropping that off. I'm gonna have it go and chop down something else and then do the blueprint. Chopping that down. It's picking that up. It's taking it to the storage. Dropping that off. Taking something, pausing it. We still don't have a target, but we are carrying the wood now. And it's building it, and we have no errors. Okay, so it's funny. I start these videos. This episode was about creating goals, and it was about how can we have it change its goal, and it ended up being some other stuff where we had to really hard code the target resource. All right, it's still not very perfect because let's say we had another resource called um, stone. And so, well, all right. Here's the thing. In our game, we are the ones who are going to tell it what to chop down. So it will never um, it'll never look for a resource that it could chop down or break apart to get the stone. The stone would already have to be out there somewhere. So really, the AI, when it has a get a resource or building a blueprint, like if I do that, let's see what happens if it builds another one. All right, picks it up, going over to the farm. All right, so we're getting there. There's still a lot of tweaks to the system. We are seeing how the AI can be a little bit more dynamic, though. Let's see what happens when it has like nothing to do. All right, and it's in a state of over and over again. Let's pause it. What is it? What is it doing? It just keeps trying to find a resource, or it keeps trying to find a plan, and it's not making it. So, but it just keeps trying. Let's see our world. We have gather objects as one. Not sure where that's at or what is causing that. So that's something that I need to look into where we're doing that. Has resources 0. That's true. Resource ground. So there's nothing on the ground. Gather objects is equal to a -10. That's interesting. So not sure what that is coming from. Storage has resources 10, but we actually have 7. So when we're removing it from the storage resource, it's not actually taking anything out from our has storage resource. The blueprint is 0. The ready to build, um, those are all good. All right, so that is it. I hope you're enjoying these videos. We'll see what we're going to work on next time. Uh, maybe I still think the resource thing needs to be what resource to get needs to be part of that plan. I just don't know how to utilize the world states, the the agent states, and how to work that into creating a more robust plan. But it is pretty cool. Let's make a. Whoops. Ooh. No. Don't want to do that. Whoops. I was just kidding. I accidentally was trying to select a villager. Let's build something different. I'm building a house now. Let's see if this does anything different. Okay. Taking it. All right. We're building a house. Okay. Pretty cool. I'm liking it. We're getting there. It's good. All right, well, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.